another caller on the line for today. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Mr. Mayo.
Sir?
I'm very, very fine. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you so much.
God bless you for, you're not tribalistic. You see the truth, how it is. And I'm someone who is very, very straight. I will not mention my name, but
that's fine.
We are watching.
Oh, go on.
We from the southeast. We are watching.
Yes.
The hatred, how they treat us, we are watching. Like the Fulanis, they claim that they have the Igbos all over, all over the north, that they are living peacefully. But show me when we've gone to their homes to attack, to kill, to maybe commit all sort of atrocity.
There's no
just show me one.
No.
Show me one. Every day we sleep, we wake up, they slaughter our mothers, they slaughter our fathers, they rape our mothers. We are watching.
Even children are not spared.
No matter how, no matter how long this evil will last, a day of reckoning will come. We will rise, because we never raised our kids with hatred.
No.
Because these people, no matter how you try to force this contraption, no matter how you try to make it look, we treat them with so much love. Even the abokis that come here, the ones that, these shoe cobblers, we know how we treat them. The suya sellers,
even their traders everywhere.
We know how
there are legit people doing legit businesses. So whenever we now call out these murderous terrorists, we expect everybody to be on the same page and say, you know what, even if I am a Yoruba man and the Yorubas are doing this kind of a thing, I should stand on the side of the people and reject these terrorists that they do not represent us. Now, that's a problem for so many people. They are so hypocrite that, Baba, when these killings happen, they will just keep quiet.
Have you seen the quietness of the northern bloggers? All of a sudden, they are quiet over.
They are quiet now.
There's no noise. Everywhere is quiet. They no longer know how to use their phones to cook. Can you just see?
To cook all their propaganda, divisive propagandas.
I don't want to over-exaggerate, because every day I wake up with so much pain. When I see kids, I have kids. Yes. I know what it means seeing them every day when they wake up, and when I see how traumatized. Imagine someone losing over 20 family members a day.
Not in an accident, not that they travel to Afghanistan or Syria. They are in their community. They are sleeping in their homes. They are not fighting anybody. They call it clashes. They call it farmers' others clashes. How disingenuous, how dishonest can people be, right? If your government says we are going to go after the people who committed this, but they are saying they are clashes, how can two groups clash and only one side they carry dead body? The other side, there is no single anything. So how can you now call that clash? And you call the terrorists and the indigenous people stakeholders to sit together and find peace? The
government is aware. Islam is also aware of what is happening. Only one section of this country supports Iran, that has been terrorizing part of the world. Only one section of this country. But we won't see anything. We'll be watching. We are watching. But a day will come, we will act. A day will come, we will act. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Continue staying neutral.
Yes, sir. Stay safe.
God will always bless you.
Amen. And you too.
Thank you.
Bless you, Baba. Stay safe, Thank you so much. So the line is opened, all right? The number to call is right here on the screen. Please save it and call it. I have another caller. Hello there.
hello, Maegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
What's going on, Maegun? It's nice to talk to you again.
It's a pleasure to hear from you too. How you doing?
That's the best place. Everybody get their best news.
Bless you, Baba. And thank you so much for at least acknowledging that. No, many people, they say you try. You know, these days, people will say, who sent you? Nami send you. So when people say, Baba, you try, oh, well done, you try. It's a reality. So thank you, Baba.
Yeah, it's a sad one that we just
Thanks,
keep.
man. Thank you, sir.
This whole thing keep rolling over and over again. There's a time I called, I said, this thing will still happen again.
You did.
This same thing that happened in Benue is still going to happen again, and nothing is going to be done about it. The war going on between Israel and Iran. Do you know even the Israelis, with all their might, they can't even contain Iran. They had to seek the help of the Americans, seek the help from the UK, from France, and all of that to be able to go against. I'm not in support of the war, I'm not in support of Israel, whatever it is they're doing. It's their problem. Let them deal with their thing. I'm African. I want to deal with my own people. You understand? So back in the 80s, when the Russians and Americans they had some fight, the Americans had to use the Mujahideen in Afghanistan to fight the Russians.
That's right.
Now, we now have a country that have terrorists within its own coffers, and they can't fish those terrorists out.
Like that level of compromise, Baba. That level of
obviously, we all know.
Man.
We all know that it's not that we have people. We know who these people are, and they are just simply the Fulanis. I want to say the Northerners.
Like say it exactly. That's why I keep saying.
Whole lot of people.
I will come here. For example, Baba. Right. For example, if everybody who has been following me paid attention very well, you will see that when I say Fulani, I always add the terrorists to it. Because we know them. Because before these guys, we've had Fulanis in Nigeria, but when I was growing up, Fulanis were not seen as a threat. So what changed?
At all.
So that's why when I now say Fulani terrorist, if you're a Fulani man and you're offended, that means you are a terror enabler.
Absolutely. Do you know none of the governors said a thing about what is going on now? None of the
You're supposed to condemn them. If they are Yoruba terrorists, I will call them Yoruba terrorists. If they are Igbo terrorists, I will call them Igbo terrorists. No?
Michael, do you know forever, everybody have been condemning what is going on. It's not about condemning now. Everybody come out, we condemn. What exactly are you doing after condemning what are you
condemning? Exactly. What are you doing about it?
Only condemn. No, condemn, and nothing is going on. Obviously, they'll come out and just come out in such a way, just to save face in such a way that
just to make it look like we are doing something. Baba,
exactly.
I have listened. Have you joined the time when I was reading out all the attacks since 2023?
I can't even listen to it. I heard everything.
Those were Baba, in a single year, 114 attacks in 1 year alone. In one state.
You are counting 5,000. Me, 50,000 is what I counted.
Baba,
you counted 5,000. Me, I counted 50,000.
Human beings, though.
Because these are figures. These are figures. You just say, okay, I think if it's 1,000, let me make it 5. No, I make it times 10. I make it times 10.
Nigeria don't even understand what a 10,000 mean. Do you know there are some stadiums, football stadiums in this? There are some football stadiums in the UK here.
On that part. People that are just traveling on that part. Kidnap everybody or kill everybody. Those figures are not there.
I know. But I'm even saying that do Nigeria even understand numbers? That you see, there are some sporting football stadiums in the UK here. The entire capacity of the entire stadium no past 10,000 though. And
just look at that,
Baba, to fill that community with 10,000 people in that stadium.
It's a lot.
Now imagine a community in Nigeria and they put all of them. They say they don't kill over 10,000 people. Is that not like wiping off entire community in some places in the world? Just enter this place, wipe them off, and they don't exist anymore.
I've been to Benue. I've been to Jos. These places are, we know who the people that are actually in this place. Obviously they're Christians. So there's a systematically, or there's a system in which they are using to eliminate these people. And
that's right.
We all know it's coming down to the south. In fact, it's already in the south. So it is coming down to the south. Now look at these religious leaders. You know, Abioye never said a word about this whole thing that is going on. They never said one thing about what is going on. Does it not look like,
rather than say something? You see, Baba, this is not even about just saying something. You know, if it's about saying something, everybody's saying something. It is about what you say. Do you understand now? For example, right? If the religious body, for example, the Christian body in Nigeria, who have actually suffered greatly in the hands of these terrorists, if we have to be honest, right? Let's assume that Adeboye is bold enough to call out the Fulani terrorists, call out those who are their leaders and all that in government, like call them their name. The Fulani terrorists killing our people, call it what it is. And people begin to say that, right? That alone will first kill the fear of what are they going to, would they be offended if we call them this? Will some people be offended? So you get first kill that fear and possibly kill this terrorism.
They are eating on the same table. They are all eating on the same table.
They want people to pray.
We know the gimmicks. They know. Another thing I'm trying to say, there's this day. Okay, you said something yesterday. You were saying something about, you read a passage in the Bible where you said, prayer without works is dead.
Yes.
I don't know. Ife Adeboye and the rest, do they still understand that portion of the Bible?
Baba,
that people have to go to war to get certain results.
You get?
It doesn't have to be prayer. In fact, the atheists, they don't pray. And they get even results more than people that even pray.
You get? You know, it's crazy, right? It's crazy, okay? Israel and Iran, they are shooting at themselves right now, all right? Yes. They are not gathered around Jerusalem or be any mountain or anything anywhere, because now there, in Nigeria, the criminals in Nigeria are telling Nigerians to pray in the name of God of Israel.
Oh my God.
In order to combat Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram terrorists, and Tifnubu's gang.
Oh my God.
How does that work? How?
It's not going to work. We all know. There was this day you talked about this stupid Gandor. Gandor that moved from PDP to APC.
Gandor.
You know, the idiot came up with some numbers. He said, is it Oshun or Abi by he talked about one state in the south and one state in the north. He said they were initially earning, the federal government were giving them 3 billion.
Now they are earning 16 billion.
Now they are now earning, is it 8 billion or 16 billion?
Okay.
Did you ask, please? Just to tell you, the worst of the Yorubas, they are the people that we're seeing
that are now represented.
Everywhere.
No, it's actually the worst of everywhere. No, but Yorubas, it is so disappointing. Adults, they do us. Don't get me wrong, go. Don't get me wrong, go. Right? You know, sometimes I am feeling like we are making discoveries. And we are getting this, like it's shocking us when we are seeing how adults are behaving.
And it's interesting.
Right? Like we are beginning to say, is it that we are now like matured enough to understand these people better? That we are no longer, I don't know, I feel like that. I do ask myself, is this adulthood?
Obama said something some few months ago. He said, look, all these huge people, all these big boys that you're seeing around.
Yeah.
They are not big. He said, sit down with that one-on-one.
You get?
He said, you sit down, you just realize this world as empty as a door. He said, they are empty as a door. So
that means I'm not alone. I've thought of this many times.
You're not alone.
I've actually felt like, usually I say, I've discovered that the worst of Yoruba land are the ones who are representing Yoruba land. And I know it's not limited to Yoruba land. It's everywhere. You need to see them from the northeast, northwest, even this north central and the rest, right? Southeast of Nigeria, south, all these places, right? The worst of the worst. You will see them there.
I feel so ashamed.
You get to the point that if you manage to see one that is doing at least 10% of what is expected of them, they are celebrated. They say, thank you.
Oh my God.
Papa, thank you. Because normal. Even if you know do nothing if you do. Papa, thank you. This one is a special one. Sure, you get that kind of thing. So,
oh my God.
I mean, It's sad.
It's so sad.
You
Look,
know?
when you play this idiot, this what's this stupid idiot that you is it this stupid this slave, this Tinubu's son slave. No, this Tinubu's son slave. This one you just talked about a few minutes ago.
Lege. They call him Lege.
Lege. When you hear people like that, and
he's fooling around, he's
not fooling around. We all know he don't. That guy is as empty as a drum.
You know.
So when people see people like that, they start looking at this Yoruba boy. You know, the day I called, I said during Obasanjo. If you remember under Obasanjo, who were the people running our finances in Nigeria? They were the Igbos. Under Jonathan, the Igbos. Under Yaradua, the Igbos. And they handled it perfectly. They were not too perfect. I wouldn't say perfect, but at least to an extent, you can't compare to what
like you could critique. No, you know something.
To what we are getting now.
Like I said, I won't use perfect as well, right? But I mean, you could criticize them. You get that now. Like you could easily say
compared to what they have back then, it is way perfect.
You could easily say I'm criticizing them for this. Today, nobody can even see where to even hold Wale Idu and the rest of that, because it is so monumental that by the time you start from 1 second or third, they will gaslight you, blackmail you, then threaten you. You will leave it, you drop it. And you are done.
You know, the last thing I was talking about this stupid Gando. When we did the analysis, we realized back then, like a few years ago, how much was dollar? Dollar was about probably one and something. Compared to what we're earning now as dollar. What is exchange rate to dollar? So the idiot did not sit down and looked at it. Okay, back then, if they're earning 3 billion, now 3 billion is about, what are we talking about? Is about 9 billion times 3 or times 5 of it. So they're giving them more money now.
They do the math here. And they do the layman math here all the time, right? More do it together, all right? Under even this past Bokwari, Mo use Bokwari is the one that is close by, all right? Because it's the one that is so under Bokwari, they said, according to them, inflation was 22%, all right?
Yeah.
Food inflation was 24%, meaning buying a bag of rice for 30,000 naira was so expensive because of inflation.
Yeah.
A local government area, a dollar to naira then officially was a 420 naira to $1. In the black market, it was around 700 naira. Around 600 naira to $1. But let's stick to this, their official one, because that's how they share their money. No be so. So let's say a state that was collecting 2 billion naira under Bokwari. When you put the value of that 420 naira to $1, so 2 billion is going to be somewhere around 2 billion naira will be somewhere around let's see, 100 and days. So that's going to be like, it's going to be like 1.2 or $2 million. Let's use $2 million. All right.
Okay.
So now let's say $2 million for 2 billion naira. Then Tifnumbu came. All right. So the inflation skyrocketed to what it is now. And
what is your best
of course, more money according to them, because now instead of changing $1 for 420 naira, you are changing it for 1,700 naira. See, money no go plenty.
Oh my God.
So money don't plenty now, which means the value of that, your 420 naira, right, has depreciated by 400% because times 4. Now, that is times 4. It's depreciated.
You and I did not do accounting in school. We don't know anything about it.
If they can't give you, they collect 2 billion before. They can't give you 10 billion. Maybe they even give you 10 billion. You realize that the value of that, your 10 billion, instead of getting, instead of getting $2 million, right? You're now getting maybe $900,000.
Yes.
But here you are. I know all these figures don't correlate, but the context is what I'm trying to explain. Sure, you get.
If they're even taking $2 million, like about 3 or 4 years ago, then the exchange rate back then compared to the exchange rate back now, it's the same thing they are taking. Or they are even taking less.
$1 million in 2023 was a 420 million naira. $1 million today is 1.6 billion naira.
Oh my God!
Is that easy? I think that's even easier. Let's use that. And then to go and do comparative analysis after, right? So if you had $1 million, right, in 2023, it was 420 million naira. If you have $1 million today, it is 1.6 billion naira. Now, to you, that's a lot of money. But guess what? 2 years ago, a bag of rice was 27,000 naira, 30,000 naira. Today, a bag of rice is 120,000 naira. What does that tell you? It tells you that your 120,000 naira today is actually a value of 30,000 naira.
God bless you.
Make better sense, Abi.
God bless you.
No, it makes better sense that way, Abi. So maybe people can then understand that you have a lot of money in your pockets that is so devalued is not a win.
God bless you so much. So, Gando,